Hello everybody, my name is Jose.
And I'm Caleb.
And today we're going to review Daddy's Home 2, starring Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell, John Lithgow, and the infamous Joe Gibson, Linda Cardellini, and John Cena, even though you can't see him for most of the film.
And directed by Sean Anders, the same guy that made Horrible Bosses 2, the first Daddy's Home, and some sex movie that came out in 2008. Today, joining us, we're going to be having... Traditionally, people drink their eggnog with a dark rum. We're going to be doing a little bit different. We're going to have scotch. One recommendation I would have for your eggnog cocktail is that, your spiced eggnog, is that you don't use an older scotch. You know, if you have a Macallan 40, which is a $15,000 bottle, I probably wouldn't mix it with my eggnog. If you have a Macallan 40, you're laughing maniacally in the office while you drink it. All you got to do to mix it, take your scotch. We're going with the Macallan 12, like I said. Add your preferred amount of eggnog.
This one's from Kroger.
And then stir it all together.
Got one of these bad boys.
With a cinnamon stick.
And of course, we're doing eggnog because Daddy's Home 2 is a Christmas theme.
Movie. That's pretty good.
That's real good. You can definitely taste the Macallan 12, which is a great addition.
I'd suggest drinking several of these to get through this movie.
I enjoyed Daddy's Home, the first Daddy's Home. I thought it was a real fun movie. And then I saw the trailer with John Lithgow and Mel Gibson joining the cast. I was like, all right, the second one should be better, you know. They're adding great actors. And then we saw this yesterday. My hopes went down. Probably around 30 minutes in, it just started to drag a little.
Yeah.
Like, by a little, I mean a lot.
Yeah.
The story kind of didn't know where it was going. It felt like, all right, let's introduce these characters. Now let's go to a cabin. Let's cause some random accident, in this case an avalanche, to where these characters can't leave from each other. And then let's end it in a movie theater.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like adding things that didn't really flow too well, in my opinion.
The whole movie just kind of felt like they got together and they said, hey guys, we got $69 million in 30 days. What do you want to do? It's just a bunch of random events occurring together. Like, I don't expect this to be like a top-notch story. Like, I wasn't like, oh my god, hope this wins an Oscar.
Of course.
Where's it going? It just wasn't even funny to me. It suffered from really poor direction, poor cinematography that doesn't add anything to the performances. Because I can't tell if anybody gave a good performance or not, because it's so poorly put together from editing and directing standpoint.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Sean Anders. You know, clearly your directing style makes lots of money. It just doesn't resonate with me for what it's trying to be. Which I mean, I can't decide. Like, it doesn't know if it wants to be a kids movie or an adult film.
Yeah.
There's a scene with eggnog involved, spiced eggnog, and children get into it. It's just like, it doesn't know if it wants to be a kids movie or an adult movie. Theoretically speaking, this movie came out 10 years in the future. I got little Billy and Sally. I wouldn't take my kids to go see this.
Mark Wahlberg was just being Mark Wahlberg, John Cena, that strong silent type, Will Ferrell being Will Ferrell. I mean, there's not really...
They're all playing their typical roles.
Yeah.
There's no character development, not that I expected any, but you know, it's just... They just try to crack a couple jokes and give families a good time, but
yeah,
it's not a family-friendly film. There's a particular scene with I guess it's a snowblower, and it's like raking in these lights. I don't know, it's just like, there's like little set pieces that are really poorly done.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of the jokes are hit and miss. I mean, there's a couple that made me, you know, chuckle or at least breathe air out of my nose, you know, like that. I don't see myself as a stickler, but just a lot of the things weren't funny at all.
It wastes a lot of star talent.
Yeah. A lot of potential with Mel Gibson.
Is there anything that you really liked about the movie?
I really liked, well, I mean, Mel Gibson.
Linda Cardellini.
Yeah. She voices the Cloud from Regular Show. Did you ever watch Regular Show?
Yeah.
Recognize that voice anywhere.
I think this movie would have been fine if it would have committed one way or another. If it was like, we're going to be a straight-up kids movie. Yeah. That's awesome. But I knew it was for dire straits when one of the first lines of the movie is Mel Gibson saying, "I got two dead hookers, found in a lake or whatever." And it's like, all right, it doesn't know where it's going.
There's a huge kiss towards the end that you don't expect. That one caught me off guard.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
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 Yeah. What do you rate it?
I give it like one rig, one Murtaugh. That's it. And a Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci? Why Joe Pesci?
Because he's in the Lethal Weapon franchise.
What did he ever do to you?
Joe Pesci. He stopped being in movies. That's what he did to me.
I think this movie deserves another. I mean, not the movie itself, but we do for watching the movie.
Yeah. Forget the dark or spiced rum. And get you a spiked eggnog with scotch, and it's delicious.
Mm-hmm. Eggnog numero dos. I would give it 4 out of 10 stars. 4 out of 10.
That's pretty high.
You think that's pretty high?
If you're like a single guy like me and you just got nothing better to do on a Friday night, go watch it. But if you've got a wife and children, I'd say go take them to watch it instead. I don't like.
Okay, that's more family friendly.
It honestly is.
But you hear that, girls. He's single. Thank you guys for watching. Comment down below on your thoughts for Daddy's Home 2. Like this video. Tell your friends. Don't tell your friends. Tell your mom. Tell your cat. Tell this guy in the DMs because he's single. And we'll see you next time.
Have a good one. Don't DM me.